Hey people, good morning on a very cold, chilly day here, Saturday, January 4th, 2025. And something that doesn't sit right with me concerning the pending tribulation. And this obviously concerns the Jews, the Israelites, the Hebrews, and Jerusalem. Now, when you watch social media, which is controlled by the Luciferians, these dopey Satanists, to be nice, the school of thought is that this tribulation is only for the Jews that are in Jerusalem, the Middle East. Now, where there's a departure from the reality of it all is, as we find out in Scripture, the descendants of the ancient Israelites, specifically Judah, have been scattered to the four corners of the earth. They could be anywhere. No one really knows. And, God forbid anybody shows up in Jerusalem and starts, hey, are you a real Jew? That will never happen. So really nobody knows where these people are. But the assumption is right now they're all concentrated within Israel. Now, where these social media do-gooders, social media frauds, whatever or whoever they are, where they're going wrong is they want to tell you that this whole disastrous fiasco that's going to be put upon the Jews, called the time of Jacob's trouble, the tribulation, as described by Christ in Matthew 24, Luke 21, and then it's Mark 13, I believe, that, look, this is only going to occur in the Middle East concerning these Jews that occupy the land known as Israel right now. Now, of course, there has to be real descendants of the ancient Israelites there. And in my mind, the rest of them are probably Gentiles, which Paul is the apostle to. And when you study Scripture properly and don't get sidetracked with, the dispensationalists and all these other schools of thought that are put out there, that you understand that these Gentiles are the seed of Abraham, but more importantly, they're the ancient Israelites that did not follow the covenant. They weren't circumcised. They were pushed out of the house of Israel. And hey, they probably outnumber the real Jews that followed the covenant by 100,000-fold. But here's the problem. The people, the descendants of Judah, if there's such a thing as the 144,000, which they're not all, I have yet, look, I don't know really what goes on, what type of news comes out of Israel. If anybody in Jerusalem has stood up and, hey, Christ, he hit me on top of the head. I'm one of the 144,000. I don't know, but I don't believe anybody's standing up and saying, look, here I am. So with that being said, this impending tribulation, that these people think it's only for the Jews, and while the descendants of the ancient Israelites, the 144,000, Satan is going to run around, try to force them to take the mark of the beast, 666. Well, everybody else, what? They're going to continue to make YouTube videos? They're going to continue to have a job and go to work. They're going to continue to collect these retirement checks, these Social Security checks, these disability checks, which in America, if you took an actuary and started to add things up, you realize that this Ponzi scheme is untenable. Mr. Trump cannot keep this going. Yet, yes, he can give the appearance that, well, things are still functioning, the stock market, right? These Wall Street types are still going to go and participate in the stock market while these Jews are languishing, starving, forced to take the mark to be able to buy, sell, participate in this economy. That everybody else, apparently, the tribulations are not going to touch any of these people. All right? America is just going to continue on, right? They're going to keep having the violence, the sexualization, the perverseness that comes out of Hollywood. That's going to continue during the tribulation. Man, we got to wake up, people. Now, the mark of the beast, all right? Here I am in a location where now it's coming into a decade where this group of people have been bought off to be snitches, to watch me, while they previously had been sitting in their houses scared to death of this so-called mafia, this cartel, that these Satanists control, all right? See, it's funny because I brought these people out of their houses into the light. Brought them out from darkness into the light. Got them to open up their curtains, open up their doors, to peek out their window. While the only reason they're doing this is not because they're concerned about their country. It's not because they're proud, right? They don't even want to be in their own country, right? The only way out of their misery is go to the United States to get their hands on money. So the Satanists are able to exploit these people, and it's not just concentrated here in Mexico. It's all over the world. Now, let's be nice, these Satanists were able to foist upon the global population this COVID nightmare, this so-called infectious disease, this virus. And they had the ability to shut down the whole entire global population, get them to do their will, take these vaccines, which now we know have made people ill, it's killed people. And Trump, he's right there. He's the father of it all. I don't know if you people, I know you got short-term memory. So, again, for you social media frauds that think that the tribulation is just for the Jews, and what, you're going to continue to do your Facebook post, oh, look what I had for breakfast, do your YouTube videos, doing your little jig like Trump, collect your checks, while these so-called Jews are languishing, starving, dying of thirst, because not all of them are going to take the mark. You gotta screw loose. Hell on earth is coming for everybody. I don't care if you're sitting somewhere in the South Pacific on a little tiny island, or you're down somewhere in Machu Picchu, or on top of Mount Fuji, or Kilimanjaro, or Siberia. You're all in deep doo-doo, so get your acts together.